Hey you guys, so today we're going to be having a look at the Smashbox Pinks and Palms palette. I recently got this from Smashbox directly. It was £24. I've created this look using it, and you know my face will never lie. I am not sold on this palette at all whatsoever, and I feel like if you really wanted this palette, don't get some singles and recreate these shadows that way rather than getting this palette, because it's £24 that I wish I had not spent. So the package also came with a photo finish foundation primer sample, which I am wearing right now, and I do have a little bit more left, so I will be able to finish using that. I really do like this. I don't feel like I'm gonna go out and buy one. Like once I use this, that'll be it. I'll be back to my stick primer, my Revolution stick primer. That'll be that. But I do like this. Like, it does what it's supposed to do. It feels like it has minimized some of my pores. It does feel like my foundation has gone on really nice, but I don't feel like it does anything different than what my stick primer has done, like my Blur stick primer has done. So I don't feel like I need to go out and get this, but I thought I'd mention it because it was in the package. Okay, so the palette itself, this is what it looks like. It has this, what do you call this? I can't remember what this is called. When you move up and down, it moves. Now, considering that it's pinks and palms, I would have thought that this would have been a pink explosion, but it's not. But that's not like the be all end all, you know, it doesn't matter. This is the palette itself. These are what the shades look like, and I'm going to do some swatches for you. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yep, you can barely see them. And then we have the 2 highlighters at the top, here and here. Overall, I was just like, this is what it swatched like the first time that I got it. And I thought to myself, hold on, where's the pigment? I think those 3 shimmery ones, they're nice, they're cute, but I'm not going to be using those ones on a daily. I'm going to be using these ones up here, these matte shades. And when I saw this, I was like, what? It's chalk, it's patchy, like what is it? Like, what's going on? And I knew that I was going to need a base when I used it. And I'm actually using a base now, and I still feel like I could have created this with any other palette without a base. Like, I don't feel like the base really made much of a difference, and I kind of feel like it was a waste of £24, to be honest. I'm going to be doing like a tutorial of how I created this look for those of you who are interested. But overall, I would just say to you, recreate this palette and these shades using singles or something. Don't waste your £24. I'm finding it really irritating that a lot of these more established brands are putting out subpar makeup, which I would probably compare to like Sleek. Like, Sleek's makeup now to me is not like their eyeshadow palettes, their like the Oh So Special palette. I don't feel like it's amazing. When I first watched it, I was like, oh, this is so nice. But comparing it to other brands that have brought out better palettes, just kind of like, is this what we're really doing? Is this what we're really doing? But you have been paying £24 for this. So I just kind of feel like that a lot of these more established brands are they are just hanging on to the fact that they have a name and that they are known in the beauty industry, and they know that people will buy their stuff because they are established in the beauty industry, rather than worrying about putting out amazing products. Does that make sense? Like, if Makeup Geek and Juvia's can bring out affordable makeup and still be amazing, why is it that established brands like Smashbox, and I'm not being funny, but like MAC as well, like I don't feel like MAC's eyeshadow palettes and their eyeshadows are that great, but they just lean on the fact that they have a name, and that is what's really upsetting. So I'm gonna let this go on to the actual makeup tutorial, and I'll tell you like my in-depth final thoughts at the very end. Okay, so you've seen the swatches, you've seen it. Okay, so now I'm going to do a look using this palette. So what I've done so far is I have primed my eyes with concealer, and then I've used a white base. I'm going to dip into, what's this shade called? Melon Baller. This one here called Melon Baller. I'm gonna go. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I had already cleaned up the edges. No, I do know why, that's a lie. Hold on. So much concealer and base around my eyes and all over the place. When I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, oh hell no. It's just all over the place, so let me clean it up. But I will need to go back in and clean it up after I'm done doing this look. And it is super duper hot today. It's so hot. The thing is, this shade is just so pretty. I can't even deny how beautiful it is. Now I'm gonna go over it with Flamingo Pink, and that is this shade here. I'm gonna kind of use a crease brush. And then using that blending brush, I'm going to blend the edges out. I feel like these two shades need a lot of help to blend together. Like I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see where one shade ends and where the other one begins. And that's just like super duper annoying. So now, the colour that I absolutely adored seeing was this mint green, which is called Palm Print. It's the only green in there. So, and I'm going to use a clean crease brush, and I'm going to put it all on the lid. This colour it's just not building up. It's just so faint, and the thing is, it's like I've got a white base on underneath. How is it still? It's like I expect this kind of quality from just putting down concealer and not a white base. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not getting the pigment. Like, it looks so beautiful in the pan, but on the lid it's just not forming. It's just not doing it. I'm gonna go back in with that Flamingo Pink and do the outer edge, like just print it, dab it. It's just disappeared. Oh my gosh, it's literally just disappeared into nothing. There was like a bunch of fluorescent pink there, and then it's just gone. Oh my god, do you see what I'm saying? It's like going back in with the green, because now the green is disappearing. Okay, I'm going to leave that at that. I'm going to go do the rest of my face. They sent me a sample of their primer with my package that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to use that, and I'll let you know what I think about that, well, seeing as it was in the package. So, and then whatever else that I need to do with my eyes, I'll come back and I'll do. Right, so I have done the rest of my face. I've done my foundation. I used the Photo Finish primer. Now I'm going to do my under or my lower lash line. Whew. Okay, so that is that. Right, so I'm now going to tell you what I think and feel about the Pinks and Palms palette. I'm so disappointed. I am like so disappointed. I feel like this time round that I've used it, it has worked out a little bit better in regards to the pinks, but I just feel like this palette is just so chalky. It's literally just non-existent, and I just would not recommend getting it. I mean, when I first saw this palette, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. You've got all of these different pink shades. You've got that green. Like this is something that I haven't really seen before. And then I thought, once I had gotten it and I'd used it for the first time and I looked at it, I was like, hold on, this kind of looks like the Juvia's Douce palette. It kind of looks like that. And I will be doing a comparison, like shade for shade, like for like kind of thing. But this is chalky. It's not pigmented. You saw the swatches that I did at the beginning of the video, so you kind of knew what to expect. Now, something that I have to let you know is that they have other cover shop palettes, and this was one of the reasons why I definitely wanted to get this palette. Smashbox has counters in Boots Pharmacy, and that's like our drugstore. For those of you who are in the States, they have counters in some of the bigger Boots pharmacies, and they have the cover shot range in Boots stores. And I remember swatching some of those palettes and just being like, these shades are soft, they're pigmented, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful. It's just that none of those particular palettes really spoke to me on that level. Like there was one which was like really colorful. I've got a few colorful palettes. They've got ones which are like natural, and I've already got those kind of palettes. They had one which was like smoky and it had like a dark green, and I'm just not really into that kind of thing. So even though I could appreciate the formula and how they swatched, I knew that I wasn't going to benefit from buying those palettes, so I left them. So when this had come out, like what, a year or so later, I was like, oh, I want to get it because I've already swatched those palettes. I know that they looked amazing, so I want to get this because this really does speak to me. Only for when I got it, for it to just be like, wah, wah, wah. That was like really, it's so upsetting. It's so upsetting. Like literally, as you saw the swatches at the beginning of the video, they don't swatch. It's just dust. So do you know what ended up happening? I went back to a Boots store. Was I hallucinating when I first swatched these palettes? And true to say, it was over a year ago. So let me go back and see, like, was I mixing it up with something else? Went to a Boots store yesterday. Decided just to swatch a few of the shades from a few of the different other cover shop palettes, and they were amazing. Amazing! I don't know if this is the same formula as the other cover shop palettes. I don't know, but I'm just... And let me tell you one other thing that really annoyed me. Now, keeping in mind that Smashbox, as far as I know, is like a mid to high end range brand. This was what my order came in, a bubble envelope. I remember saying because I had this delivered to my workplace. I said to the girls at reception, said to them, oh, I'm expecting a package to come. As soon as it comes, like, drop me an email and I'll just run downstairs and I'll come and get it from you. No problem, no problem. She sends me the email. I run downstairs, she hands me this. It's like, no, I was talking about an item for me. Like, I thought that this was probably something for the company. And she's like, no, it's yours, it has your name on it. And I looked at it, I was kind of like, this? She's like, yeah. What's in it? I said, it's an eyeshadow palette. Her mouth dropped. She's like, hold on, an eyeshadow palette is in there. I said, yeah. I said, I understand that it's bubble lined, but this isn't enough bubble to protect a palette. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. This is not enough to protect a palette. I could understand if it was a liquid lipstick or a brush or something like that. But when you have an eyeshadow palette which could break, that's a problem. That is a problem. That you're sending it to me in this. You charge me £24 for it. Whenever I get items from Superdrug, whether it's 1 palette, 10 palettes, whether or not it's a liquid eyeliner, it comes in a box. It doesn't come in this. And I understand that Smashbox and Superdrug are completely different companies, but I feel like if they can send my makeup in a box, whether it's a tiny box, a huge box or whatever, then Smashbox can definitely send me a box rather than a bubble lined envelope. Like, this really annoyed me because you had me pay £24 and then you delivered it to me in this. I feel like it's such a disrespect. So I'm going to be emailing them and telling them, like, for you to be sending something that can break in this, it's a very poor decision, because all that's going to end up happening is you're going to get people coming back to you saying, my item is broken. They'll send you a picture and then it's a cost to you where you have to then replace it. And then what you're going to do, you're going to send it out in another one of these, please. So I found that this was kind of disrespectful. I'm sorry. It really was. I would advise, if you wanted this palette, don't get some singles get some eyeshadow singles and replicate the palette. Like get some Makeup Geek singles or Inglot singles and replicate it. I'm sure you could find a lot of, you could probably even find a lot of these shades in some of your palettes anyway. And if you are going to go for a cover shop palette, go for one of the other ones. Don't waste your money on this. This was £24 and I actually feel really ripped off. Like, I spent £24 on this and like as you saw in the tutorial, whatever, when I tried to layer them, they would just disappear. And I feel like this, what I've created, I could have achieved this with any other palette without a base. I've put a base on and it's still not like popping up and showing, and it's, no. If you decide that you want to get this palette, that is completely down to you. Like, but I've already pre-warned you, don't waste your coin. Seriously, get one of their other cover shop palettes. Don't invest your money into this one. This one was really bad. Sorry that this had to end up being one of those reviews that didn't end on like the best note, but I'd rather just give you the real, the honest, because I really do feel ripped off. But like this video and you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, put me on notification and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.